definitely for you. We also go through parts of that. Permission to record. I'm going to record this meeting just in case persons miss it. So we're going to get started now in terms of how to make money online. If you're ready, give me a thumbs up in the comment section or use the reaction button to give me a thumbs up and let's go. Now, here we are. I see the thumbs up coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. No, I see Shane raise his hand. Were you trying to do a thumbs up or you were trying to say something that you're not hearing, or are you hearing? Everybody's hearing, right? Shane, you're hearing, or is that your thumbs up? I feel like that's his thumbs up. Instead of giving a thumb, he's like, I'm giving the whole hand, sis. But yeah, welcome. Now, it's all about making the best of the virtual world, monetizing your gifts online. So here we are now. We're in this virtual platform where we're able to connect with people from around the world. Now, the thing is, you, who is right here, Ryan, Casey, Olivia, Shane, all of you on here, you have different skills. Some of you probably only know about one of those skills, or you're not sure which skill, or you probably have 2 or 3 or 10, 20 skills, but you don't know which one is going to work for you. What I want you to know is that everybody has a unique skill, and there are some persons, there is at least one person out there who just does not have that skill that you have, or they're not as good in that area that you're good at. For example, Tanisha might be very good at graphic designing, while Kenisha just cannot design anything to save her life. So these are the different skills that you can monetize, meaning people are gonna pay you money, high ticket prices, to get whatever they have done because you're the one who is good at it. The reason we're not earning from these skills, though, is because many times we do have these skills, but we take them for granted. So we take it for granted that we manage social media well. We take it for granted that we're good at mathematics. We take it for granted that we're good public speakers, and we do not act on these skills and monetize them. We have some persons on the flip side. It's not that they take it for granted, but they have the skills and people keep coming to them and, asking them, hey, you can't teach me how to do this. You can't teach me how to do this. Or for those who are not Jamaicans, they ask, can you teach me how to do this? Can you show me how to do this? Can you do this for me? And we keep on doing it. We keep on doing it for free. We earn nothing for it. In our term, we would say we're like Ali Button, you're just working for free. So this platform is all about empowering you so that you can believe in the skills that you have, so that you can advertise yourself as an expert in your area and attract customers who are willing to pay you what you are worth. That's what we're about. This is a virtual world. You're able to connect with people from around the globe. No limitations. So just a little welcome and introduction. Welcome to those who joined later. I'm Felisa Ricketts Graham. You might not see the Graham a lot in the in the presentation because this was done before I got married. So hence you'll see just Felisa Ricketts, but I'm Felisa Ricketts Graham. Last year this time I was basically denied a day off work, although I was literally so sick and on bed rest. My boss literally said, girl, you have to come into work, while my vision was blurry and I could hardly move around. No, I just know that that job was not good for me because what it was doing to me, it was affecting my mental health. I was not free. I literally we couldn't be absent. If we wanted a day off from work, if we were dying, we just have to die because you literally cannot be absent from work. And I realized that I'm not in control of my time. I don't want that. I want to be in control of the amount of money I make. I want to be able to work from any location without having to think about being in a physical work environment. So I'm like, oh, this is not gonna work out. But I stayed. I stayed because I was limiting myself. Then fast forward to a few months later, the same job that I knew was not aligned with my purpose eventually said, girl, guess what? We don't need your service anymore. That's it. Your contract ends June 30. And I had to leave. And to me, it was very devastating because I was not ready, just bought a car and girl have car loan to pay because the car not going to pay for itself. So that happened. And I'm like, this is actually setting me up for my purpose. So fast forward to a year later, I'm able to work from wherever I want, whenever I want, with a team of persons, of course, who are exceptional. Some of them are on here, and I'm so happy to have them and to work with them. We literally work from any location. So that's what we are all about. We're all about empowering others so that you too can be free in terms of freedom of your finances, you're in control of your finances, and freedom of your time, meaning you choose the time that you want to work. Your work doesn't have to clash with your family time. That's something that I am totally big on. So that's the purpose of the Purpose Finder Club. That's what we'll be doing. I want to get to know a few of you. I might not be able to get to know all 68 of you on here now, but even two would be perfect. So I want you to tell me your name, what do you do currently in terms of your interest, and how did you know about this program? I see Latoya's hand. Go ahead, Latoya.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm Latoya. I work in insurance, general insurance, and I specialize in claims. I learned about this session on Twitter. So I saw somebody retweeted it and I followed you, having seen it, so that I could be in the know. So I'm here now trying to learn from you to see where I can go.
Awesome. Welcome, Latoya. I'm so happy to have you. Like, I
Thank
made that
you.
tweet and I never know that so many persons would have seen it. So I'm grateful to all of you who reshared. Like, I don't know, like my profile just went from 200 to 800, but I am just grateful that you are here and we're able to connect and I'm able to show you a few things online. So we have
Great.
space for one more person. Who is next? I see another hand. One more person. All right. So in the meantime, if you want to go, you can actually go ahead in the chat because it's a 1 hour session. So I want to get as much done in the 1 hour. If there's no other hand right now, feel free to use the chat. Tell me where you're coming from in terms of where you are right now, which parish you're from or which country you're from, your name, and where did you learn about this session. All right. So let's go now. So somebody was gonna go. All right, we have some persons joining in the meantime. They'll catch on. Now, let's go. Now, this session is going to be packed. So I've compact a session that I usually charge my clients like $250 for a 2 hour session into a 1 hour free session for you. So I want us to go through what to expect, getting to know your desires, objectives, self-discovery, identifying your talents, getting uncomfortable, saying goodbye to your comfort zone, the new normal, as well as how to monetize your gifts, teaching what you know, or being your own boss. These are things that we're going to be going through for the next 1 hour. Right, well, 45 minutes. No, the objectives are to discover your skills. What are you really good at so that you can develop a practical system where your skills and talents can provide you with a profitable income online. I want to get you outside of your comfort zone. For one, some of you are not in your comfort zone, some of you are, and I want you to understand and appreciate the new normal for what it is, as well as to monetize your gifts online so that you can become your own boss in your own area. Now, in order to start this process and get the most of it, I want you to be clear on your why. When you know why you do what you do, even the toughest days becomes easier. Write down your why. Why? Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to earn more money online? Why? Once you're clear about your why, your how and your when becomes clearer. So I want you to get a piece of paper. I should tell you to get your notes. I want you to jot down some things as you go along because you're going to get so much information and you might not be able to process all at once. But when you have your notes, you just jot down as you go along and you can always go back to it tomorrow or the other day. So why? What's your why? If you can't think about it at this moment, just write down what's my why so you can come back to it. And I will allow persons to share in the chat as we go along. Now, this is the new normal. Many persons are working from home, we're studying from home, which means that we're spending more time on our phones, on our laptops, which also means that we have the opportunity to be in several different countries at once. On this session only, on this session, for example, I know that we do not only have Jamaicans. When I was going through the application form, we had persons from Nigeria, we have persons from Canada, persons from the United States of America, persons from St. Kitts, some persons from Trinidad, from Barbados. This is what the new normal presents. Before now, if we wanted to do a session like this, we probably had to travel miles and miles. It's not that these methods of communication were not there, but they weren't so readily accessible. So what this means is that you, right where you are, if you're in Clarendon, you're in St. James, wherever you are able to connect with persons globally. It means that you can have clients in different parts of the world. Your clients are not necessarily the people them who live in the next street or the people who live in another parish. It could be persons who live in the United States of America, in Kuwait. Right now, I have a client working with who is in Kuwait, another one who is working who is in China. So this is what the new normal presents. So I do not want you to ever limit yourself. If you have a skill and somebody in Jamaica doesn't want the skill right now, believe me that there's somebody else, there are a lot of persons even in other countries who will pay you to help them with a particular skill or a particular service, or to be the solution to a particular problem that they have. This is what it's all about. Now, I'm going to help you or show you how you can start a successful online business. Now, in starting a successful online business, it offers you freedom so that you are able to select your prices, so that you can select what your income goal looks like, how much money you earn a month. For me, I always tell my clients the difference between a 9 to 5 and having your own business. There's so much. So I'm not the type of person who's gonna say leave your job and go get a business. I'm not for that. What I'm for telling you that you can monetize a particular skill online even while you have your job, or if you don't have a job, and grow that skill, grow that business. And once that business grow, you are able to make the decision if you're gonna continue with both, or you're gonna just focus on your business, or you're not gonna bother with that business. For most of my clients, so by the time we reach 1 month or 2 months in, they're like, oh Phil, we're not bothering with this. We're not bothering with this 9 to 5 thing. We're gonna focus on our own business, because it gives them freedom. They're able to work from different location, they're able to travel and they're still earning, they're able to spend more time with their families, they're able to select their prices. So the thing about having a 9 to 5 is that there's a cap on how much you can earn. No matter how many hours you put in, the salary will just be the same. And that's just how it is. For some persons who do overtime, which is good, you earn some extra money, which is also good. However, there's oftentimes a cap on even the number of overtime hours that you can earn. And you're literally just exchanging your time for money. Nothing is wrong with it. It's a start. But can you imagine living your life 20, 30, 40 years from now? You're doing the same thing. At 65, it's time to retire now. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything to pass on to my kids. For 50 years, I've been with this company, and that's just it for me. After I retire, they probably pay me a pension, and I go in my old age. I don't have anything to pass on to my family. This is what the current cycle is. But that's just for the majority. We do have a minority of persons who are retiring before 40, before 50, before 60. My goal is to retire at 30. I turned 30 in 6 years. So I'm currently 24 years old. I want to retire at 30. I want to retire and leave a legacy. It's not impossible. The other day, there's There's a thing going around with the person who owns TikTok. He's retiring at 38. He has created a legacy. The legacy is clearly sustainable. And what is he doing now? He's going to retire. And it's possible. It's possible for you. So now that we have our little charge up and running, it's time to think of the practical ways how you can actually start earning your first income online or continue earning if you have already started earning. Now, what are you good at? So I want you to identify what are you good at. That's the first step. Second step, what problems can your skills solve? The third one, they're on the screen. Research the current market. What are the gaps? 4, draft up a business plan. 5, launch that business. And 6, promote your business and earn from it on repeat. But to do all of that, you have to step out of your comfort zone. You can't take your skills for granted. You cannot expect to do the same thing that you've been doing. You can't expect fear to stop you. And you have to be comfortable asking the questions that people do not like to ask. You have to be comfortable starting conversations with strangers. You cannot let fear stop you from achieving your goals. You also need to be comfortable getting in front of the camera so that people can know who you are. And you must also be comfortable using social media to earn. And you must keep a list of your growth goals so that you can track your progress as you grow. Now, self-search, I'm gonna let us do a 2-minute activity while we're working, of course, in terms of what are my skills? What am I good at? Now, there are 3 ways how you identify what you're good at. What are your skills, your abilities, and your knowledge? There are 3 ways. 1, what is it that people always come to you for assistance for? That is what you're good at. That's your skill. What is it that people you would be comfortable doing it all day and you don't feel like you're working? You're just so good at this and this comes natural to you. Or in some person's case, what is it that your job currently pays you to do? That could be the thing that you're good at that you can actually monetize. For me, my job was paying me to teach because I'm an educator. So my job was paying me to teach. So I decided to use my teaching skills to start my own school. While teaching, I realized that there were so many gaps, and that's gonna reach part 2 of the presentation in terms of your self-search. So go through your self-search. What are you good at? I want you to have at least 3 things. I'm gonna mute you for a little while because I don't want the feedback at all. I'll allow you to unmute yourselves, but just for now, because I want it to have a clear. All right. So what are your skills and your gifts, right? You have to be clear about them because these are what will generate income for you. And the reason I say go after something that you're good at, that you're comfortable doing, is because this you are going to be comfortable. You know, some persons have a job and they don't like it. It hurts them to wake up and go to it. I don't want that for you. I want your business to be something that you're really good at, you love it, and it's like it comes naturally to you. You would do it all day even if you were not getting paid. Can you imagine doing something all day and you're getting paid for it and you love it so much? No. Think about, so after you have decided what you're good at, I want you to think about specific problems that your skills can solve. So in my case, I'm gonna use 2 examples. One example, I'm good at it. One, I am not good at it. I'm just using it to show you. So one, I would say for me, being a teacher, that was the first thing. I was good at that. What problems can it solve? We were all online and persons were having challenges learning. So I decided to start a school. That's one. Another person could have been good at graphic designing, right? That's a skill. Or another person could be good at giving financial advice. These are skills. Another person could be a good listener. You could become somebody who listens to people's problems. Another person was Somebody who I work with, she was very good at giving relationship advice. She went on to relationship coaching. Another person was good at doing makeup. She started helping persons to do their makeup. She gave makeup lessons. So these are different things that you can literally monetize. There is a market for all of them, right? Now, what problems can those skills solve? What problems? What problems can those skills solve? So that's part two. I hope you're taking notes as you go along. Now, when you think about the problems that those skills can solve, you need to now think about who are the persons that you're gonna help with that, who could benefit from the knowledge that you have to share. And if you think it, you can earn from it. Once you're clear on who is gonna benefit, you're gonna target those persons. These persons literally become your target audience. And that's how you start earning online because you now have a clear target audience. The third thing that I want you to do, I want you to research what the current market looks like. So if you're thinking about makeup, if you're thinking about financial advice, if you're thinking about graphic designing, I want to give you to drop me some skill. So I need at least one, well, all persons to give me at least one skill that you're good at in the chat. So one thing that you're really good at that comes naturally to you, I want you to put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. No, research the current market. What resources do you need for that business? What are the top players that's supposed to be players in the industry? Are they making money? Because what we realize is that sometimes we think about certain things, but when we look at the market, the people in there are not making any money. You also want to do a SWOT analysis on your competition. What are their strengths, their weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? What will make you stand out within your specific industry? What are the legal guidelines as well in your specific field? So let me look in the chat. I see a lot of them coming out and I'm so loving them. Stephanie said writing. I love that. Playing the keyboard. Wow, wow. These are skills that can make you money. Planning events, that's also a very, very good one. Public speaking and coaching, very good one, Brian. Casey on teaching and planning events, good one. Tad Roger Henry, drawing. Yes, Tad Roger, I've witnessed your drawing and they're very good. Statistical analysis, those are also good. Poster designs and math, Spanish and French, photography, accounting, customer service coach, public speaking, personal. I like these. I like these. Ryan also said public speaking, personal development, customer relations, currently working on coding and web development. And I love these because these are all areas that are in very high demand. Sales is also good. You could basically be in charge of the sales for different companies. There's so many companies starting up right now and they do not have good sales strategy. So you could be the salesperson for them, planning events, and I want for those persons who are good at planning events, I want you to start thinking about planning virtual events because right now we're in the space where there's so many virtual events. So if you can actually become a virtual event planner, I feel like that will set you apart from all other event planners because we do have regular event planners, but how many of them are specifically dedicated to virtual events planning? Writing, transcribing, and salesperson. These are exceptional. Sales, keep them coming, keep them coming. So use those skills, and I want you to think about problems that you can solve with those skills. And I want you to look at what the current market is like. That's what I want you to do. Then I want you to draft up that business plan. For me, when I have my clients, I tell them that you don't have to get that executive business plan that you usually use in principles of business class. If that's what you can, if you can do it, then kudos to you. But for me, my background is in science. I am a chemistry, physics, and biology teacher. I do have some business background based on my experience as a business coach, but I don't pressure you to get an executive summary of your business plan. Your business plan is straightforward. What are you offering? What problems are you solving? Who are you solving this problem for? Who will pay for this service? And it's not that there's not a place for your your detailed business plan as you would do, but I want you to start somewhere, and that usually prevents a lot of persons from starting. Of course, when you're thinking of getting funding, if it's a business that require funding, you do have to get these details right if you're approaching sponsors. But what I always recommend for my persons who are starting business, I usually tell them, guess what, we're not going to start in any debt. Like, I totally believe in starting with as little cash as possible. For my four major online businesses, I literally started them all with $0. So I know it's possible to start with $0. However, I believe in starting with what you have and let it grow. I am not really gonna tell you go out there and get a loan before you have started. I want you to start to see what it is like. And if you need a loan to grow, then I'm all for that. But I don't want you to start in any debt. It's personal, but I don't recommend it. All right. Now, what are the benefits of your services to your ideal customers? What are the packages? What's the cost? This one is so important. What are the benefits of your services to your ideal customers? When I look at several businesses, a major weakness I see is that they don't tell me the benefits for me. Like, as a consumer, I'm all about what's in it for me. Like, I don't care if you're the product or service that you have, it has been tested and proven, and your product is so good, and tell me all of the details of your product. Like, I really don't care. I just want to know what's in it for me. That's how we are. We want to know about ourselves. Like, how are you going to help me to solve my problem? What are the packages? What's the cost? Be clear about that. Don't have the people them DMing you for price. Consumers hate that. Like, if they see it, they want to know the price right away to determine if they're gonna pay or not. All right, people don't like it. So these are things that you want to look at in drafting up your business plan. How will you promote it? This is such a big one. How will you keep your customers coming? What is your brand like? Because right now in this day and age, personal branding sells more than anything else. So yes, you are a sales coach, a personal brand, a customer service coach, but I want to know the person behind your brand. There's nothing I hate more than I go on a specific Instagram page and I don't see the person behind the brand. I want to know who I'm talking to, because believe it or not, although online businesses are so prevalent and popular right now, in the midst of all these good things, we still have our scammers. So you want to be very clear on who you are, who is the person behind your brand, and your personal branding promotes whatever service you're offering more than anything else. And I can actually prove that for my businesses when I post anything personal in terms of my personal branding stuff, anything anything related to personal branding, instead of paying to promote, you just share something personal about you that you're of course comfortable sharing, and you realize that those posts will do way more than an actual promoted post about your content. There's a whole section I have in terms of promoting a content, but this is just a little being a part of it. What systems do you need to keep your business profitable? How can you automate your business processes and build a sales funnel? Because trust me, in this day and age, we're all about working smarter, not harder, working less and earning more. And it's possible because you keep your businesses on operating automatically, right? Automatically. So somebody is interested in your service, they come, they book through a platform, they pay, they check out, they get the service done or they get the product done, and we're done. Like, just like that, we're done, right? Instead of having them back and forth, back and forth. We're not about that right now. And number 5, we're wrapping down nicely because there are 6 steps. Number 5, this is a big one. So many persons write the plan looks beautifully, it sits and it takes up dust, and we never hear anything about that plan. Launch that business. You have to launch the business. Go on, launch your business. Let persons know that you are offering this service. No, In launching your business, there are different ways to actually launch. What I teach persons is to use Instagram as a tool to promote their business or to promote themselves as experts in their area. So if you will have a specific idea and you've come this far with it, create an Instagram profile for that business. It is free. You don't have to pay anything. You create a business account and you put it there. You put your name on your business. You put in your bio what your business is going to be about. How are you going to be helping persons in there? Now you also go on to creating content around your business or service that you're going to be offering. Let people know that you're offering this. Let people know. Build brand awareness. Use something to attract your ideal customers. We call it in business a lead magnet. Build relationships, because trust me, people buy from people, not businesses. So you want to build that relationship, and you also want to ensure that you're constantly popping up in people's faces. Sell the transformation that you are giving to people. There's going to be a question and answer section, of course, but number 6 is to use social media as a marketing tool. I was able to use one Twitter post, and probably I drop it on my WhatsApp status probably once, probably Instagram once, and I want to let you know that Twitter is my least used platform. I don't use Twitter a lot, and majority of you are from Twitter. That's how powerful social media is. We had 200 and something persons signed up. Not everybody was able to make it, but they have requested the rebroadcast, so I streamed it on YouTube for them. But I was able to get all of you to come on from one single Twitter post, and that's my least used platform. I use Instagram way more, and I use WhatsApp clearly way more. I also use TikTok, but not a lot. But in Twitter, like I just use one post and it's not my main platform, and I was able to reach you. So can you imagine if you go on and you start promoting your business, there's somebody waiting for you, somebody who wants your service that will be very grateful to see what you have to offer, and you're holding that service back from them, and you need to stop it. So I want you to go out there, promote yourselves, tell persons what you're doing. Do not ever think that your service is not good enough. Do not think for once that people do not want it. All the services, all the things that I see listed, they're in great demand. I too would benefit greatly from some. I recently hired an executive secretary because I wanted graphic designing. I wanted some other things. So there's so many persons right now who want your services. So go for it. Go for it. Use up social media as a marketing tool. Now, just a summary. I want you to identify what you're good at. Identify what problems can your skills solve. I want you to research the current market. I want you to draft up a business plan. I want you to launch that business. And I want you to, number 6, promote your business and earn from it, of course. You have come to the end of part 1. Are you ready to use your skills to generate a 7-figure income online? I want you to stop putting your dreams off. Start today. Start with what you have. Now, if there are any questions, I'm open for questions for the next 5 minutes or so. Any questions that you have? Let me allow you to unmute. I see some things in the chat. Okay, great. So do you have any questions for me? Anything that you're not clear on? You want to know how you can actually start earning literally online? What are the skills that are in high demand? How you can use your skills to get some money online? I want you to let me know, because these skills, trust me, they work. Somebody said they wanted the passcode for the meeting. It was wealth. Oh my, I hope the person is in. She was on Instagram. All right. So I want you to know that these skills that I just told you, they work. I remember the last training I did after we finished, and I went through those 6 training session. It was a paid course that the person paid for it. And after that, the person called me and said, girl, I made $30,000 from from my skill literally by applying what you learned in this session. So I don't want you to be there and have the questions I'm not comfortable asking. So somebody asked, how would I develop my course? No, if you want to develop your course, oh, she said, example, how do I develop the modules? How do I present the course? Do I present videos? All right, so you're thinking of creating a course. That's a good one. I also shared before 15 things that you can do to earn online in my blog. That's free. How do I develop the modules? No, courses is actually one of them, an online course of something. No, to develop your course, that's something that would have to go through on a one-on-one. I can help you with that, but it depends on your vision for that course. What is it going to be about, and what transformation do you want for your clients? Now, based on the persons that you're targeting, your ideal clients, right? You're presenting something to your ideal clients. Give me your niche. Which niche are you looking at for your course? I'm gonna use a random one in the meantime, since we're gonna use social media marketing. Let's say you're giving a course on social media marketing. Now you're developing your course. You could actually use a mixed modalities, right? So you could have a part of your training being video. You could have worksheets. You could actually have different templates. You could actually use PowerPoints. You could actually use PDF downloadables. I have purchased courses that were just PDFs, like I got a PDF document and that was the course. I've bought video training, so you could actually do it in the form of a video training, but it depends. It comes down to what you want to offer. How long is this course? What exactly do you want to cover? So videos work. You could also use PowerPoints, PDFs, worksheets. So that's how you could actually put it together. How do you present the course? Do you present videos? Yes, I think I answered that. So for you, it's customer service coaching. I think I'm going to work with you on a one-on-one and tell you how you can actually put that together for it to work for you. So Olivia said, if I want to use my sales skills, how do I go about generating income? Now, there are different ways that you can use to put your sales skills to work. So you can actually start a sales business where you could literally help other companies to handle the sales in their business, because that's a weakness that many businesses have. They have their ideas. So all of these entrepreneurs on here, now we have 60 entrepreneurs, they're going to be developing a business, right? No, they want sales. Clearly they want to sell. So you could actually start a sales business that focuses on sales. How do you sell? What part of sales are you focusing? Are you focusing on selling on social media or selling over the phone? Using that sales skills to actually teach, help those persons with the sales for their business, or you could use that skill to actually coach other entrepreneurs how they can sell. How can they sell? What are the different things surrounding a sale in terms of the psychology of the customer? How do you get into their heads or get them to want that product or service that you have to offer? These are some of the ways that you could use your sales skills to actually generate income. So there are many things that you could do. So what I can do, I can do an individual session with you to for us to talk and decide where you want to go with your sales business, and we can work on it. AJ said, what payment platform do you use to receive payments? That's actually my challenge right now, AJ, in terms of sales platform. Currently in Jamaica, I know that there is it WePay? They're coming on now. They're like PayPal, but we don't have that luxury of having PayPal, having some cards. Some persons do have it, but our payment platform can be a challenge for online service providers in Jamaica. So literally right now, I'm using wire transfers where people deposit money into an account. I'm trying to move away from that where I have them pay online, but it's what it is right now, where I use wire transfers, where I just give them the account and they do the transfer online and just send me a receipt. I want to move away from it, but that's what it is. But I recommend checking out WePay. I think it's WIPAY. Check them out. They have something for Caribbean people. Yeah, somebody said Pioneer, not bad. So use Pioneer, and I've used them before earlier in my life as a service provider online. Yeah, Pioneer is a good one. I've used it before. Right? So thank you for that question. Any more questions that we have about sales, about earning online? Now, this is part one of this training. There is a part two that we're going to be looking on ways how to grow your business, keep the questions going, how to market yourself as an expert, social media as a marketing tool, branding, ways to earn more money online. Also, we'll be looking at businesses that will generate high income online monthly, as well as businesses that are in high demand for 2021. To get access to that, that's going to be on Friday. So we're having that training on Friday. Initially, the cost was $150, but because you came here today, you literally get to access this for $30. If you are ready to make that investment, if you're not quite ready and you need some time to work out some things, then I invite you to follow me on Instagram at Purpose Finder Strategist, where I share tips daily on how you can earn online. So I know that you followed me from Twitter, and I totally appreciate that. But connect with me on Instagram. I'm more intimate there. I share daily. I post there daily, probably 1 or 2 times daily. Do you have recent testimonials, online opportunities? Yes, I do. They're over on my Instagram. I do have some here where I have from my clients, I remember the person who I worked with I worked with a series of persons about 2 weeks ago. That was last set of persons that I worked with, and they were able to start earning, they were able to increase their sales. One person was able to make 428,000 Jamaican dollars. One person was able to make 350 Jamaican dollars. So it really depends on what you put in. So I'm not even going to say it's the amount of work that you put in. I'm going to say it's based on how you strategize your business. It has to do with your products. It has to do with your pricing. So these are what I focus on: your product, your service, as well as your pricing. Because you can have one product and make $100,000 from that one product, as well as you can have 10 products and only make $50,000. So it's not about working hard, it's about working smart. So do follow me on Instagram, where I share tips. And if you want to come on Friday, for Friday, I have a lot of persons who signed up already, but I'm inviting you. The original cost is $150, but just because you came here today and it's a token of my appreciation for you, you'll get to access it for $30. You can send me a message on Instagram, or you can email me. Okay, so Julie asked me what are the types of products they use to earn. All right. So one of my clients, she's actually a relationship coach, and another client that I worked with recently, she was into sales in terms of she was doing makeup. She was also doing some health products, and there was another one who was doing sex toys. So I have different clients who do different things. I also have another client right now. She's actually teaching online, so she's an online tutor. And I have one person who I'm just going to start working with now, who he basically has a magazine. So that person has a magazine that he's working on. It's a Caribbean magazine, so it's not just local. So that's what we have right now. All right. So in terms of that session for Friday, we're going to run through all that you're seeing on the board right now. In terms of the cost for one-to-one, somebody asked that, what's the cost for one-to-one coaching rate? So my one-to-one coaching rate is currently $60. So that's 60 US dollars. And that's for a discounted, that's a special rate going on right now. So that's 60 US dollars. And if you want it in Jamaican dollars, that's 8,400. So that's for a one-to-one session. But the group session, that's $30. All right. Or $4,200. So we're going to wrap up there. If you have more questions, do not be afraid to connect with me. Connect with me on all socials. I'm on Twitter at Felisa Ricketts, and I'm on, what is that one? No, Instagram as the at Purpose Finder Strategist. So I want to thank you so much for coming out. Do send your feedback if the session was beneficial to you. I like to hear that. Or we're gonna open the platform for about 1 or 2 persons to share, if you're so willing, in terms of, did you find the session useful? So we still have 6 minutes. I'm going to open. Anybody wants to say, did you find the session useful? Did you learn anything new? All right. So I see in the chat, you can use the chat. You don't have to talk. So Olivia said, yes, very useful. What part of it stood out for you, Olivia? Guys, I want to let you know how grateful I am for you to come. Latoya said it was useful for me, got me thinking. I love that. That was the aim of it. I want you guys to think about these things, think about opportunities that you can make more money online. You can become your own boss. You can pay yourself. You don't have to wait on somebody to pay you at the end of the month. You can have money coming into your account daily, weekly. You can make as much as you're making for the month in a day or in 2 days or in a week, right? Olivia said, ways how I can use my skills to make money. I love that. I look forward to talking with you more on Instagram. I see a lot of you coming in. Renee said, thank you for doing this free session. I know what I want to do, just a bit timid. We need to talk, Renee. We need to talk. Guys, thank you so much for coming. You wouldn't understand how excited I am. Miss Doran said, outside of learning, this session got me excited for the journey. Yes, Renee, same here. Guys, feel free to also drop your handles if you're on Instagram. Maybe we can follow each other and grow our community, because I don't want this to just die here. I want us to connect and continue to grow, because there's so much for us to do online and we need to start tapping into that industry now. So thank you so much, guys. Let me drop my handle and we're going to end here. All right, I'll send the link as well. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Do have a lovely evening. All right, so I see them coming in. That's the link to catching up with me on Instagram. I've posted it there in the chat. All right, feel free to message me at any time if you have a burning question. And I do a lot of coaching in the DMs for free, so you don't have to worry yourself. All right, so thanks a lot, guys. Totally appreciate you coming.